Joda. 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 Hey. Joda. Joda. Hey. Cabrón.
¿Qué?
¿No te escuchaba? ¿Qué es la que hay?
Voy ya, loco.
¿Ya? Jugar solo, cabrón.
Desde las 8 de la mañana que
Desde las 8 de la mañana que desde las 8 de la mañana, cabrón.
Si tiene alguna duda me escribe, voy a estar despierto.
Qué porquería te va.
No, cabrón, verdad, te prendo desde por la mañana.
Mira, ¿cuál es el elixir este, cabrón? Estoy perdido.
¿Qué dice? ¿Qué dice?
Oh, quiero encontrar.
¿Qué cosa me escribe?
¿Qué qué?
Cualquier cosa me escribe.
Si vas a dormir, cabrón, pues duérmete, pero si no vas a dormir, cabrón, métete a YouTube, cabrón, a mi stream para que lo veas.
Dale.
Y te quedes dormido.
Dale, ya. A cualquier cosa yo te guío y eso, ¿no? ¿Viste?
Dale.
Dale.
Carlos, ¿tú estás ahí?
Why don't you take a step back?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Dots here, and today I'm bringing you a quick start guide to Black Desert Online, going over the most important things you need to know for your first day in game. Because this guide is going to be really beginner focused, I'm going to be trying to mainly give you a top-down look at the most important things you need to know as a new player. But if you want to delve deeper into any of these topics or simply explore more information about the game, I have a ton of guides on BDO in the Black Desert Online playlist on my YouTube channel, which you can find on my channel page. So let's start off with the most basic question. What is BDO? BDO is an open world sandbox MMORPG that is much different than other MMOs, especially if you've only really played Western MMOs. BDO does not have any traditional dungeons or raids and is instead focused around character and account progression, exploration, treasure discovery, and PvP. There are world bosses and open world dungeons in this game. However, BDO is not going to be necessarily for players who are looking for the standard traditional theme park MMO PvE. Much of the PvE in this game will be focused around something like mob grinding. However, upper level grind spots do have actual mechanics that you need to practice or you will die. So it's not like the entire game is just like, oh, mindless mob grinding. The game also has one of the best profession systems of any MMO I've ever played, known as life skills in BDO, and is honestly an entire game in and of itself. So now that you've decided you want to play BDO, let's jump into character selection. So starting off, we're obviously going to be creating a character. And when you start the game, you'll have no characters listed here, and we want to hit the plus sign to create a new character. When you do, you'll be brought to the class selection screen where you'll have a lot of different class options. On top of all the classes available, each class has two, we're going to call them specializations that you can use, known as Awakening and Main, which could also be referred to as Succession, with each spec taking advantage of a different weapon. What I recommend doing is clicking through the classes and watching the video down at the bottom right, as well as reading the description to see which one of these classes appeals to you the most, and then maybe also watching some videos on YouTube which showcase gameplay of the classes. If you want to know which classes are better, are best for new players and my personal recommendations, I have a guide where I go over just that, which I will link in the description below. You want to make sure that you select the class you really enjoy, as BDO is a very long-term game since, like I said earlier, it is a very progression-focused game. Don't just choose a class because it's OP right now, because it won't be OP forever. Choose a class you think you'll be able to stick with for the longest. Now, once you select the class, you will be brought to the character customization screen. Now, BDO has one of the most in-depth character designers of any MMO, so feel free to explore yourself here. However, if you just want to use a preset made by another player, you can click the beauty album below and explore some player-made customizations and even apply them to your own character. Then, assign a name at the bottom right, and then assuming there's an active season, you will have two options: create a normal character or create a season character. If you are a new player and there is an active season, I highly recommend creating a season character. I plan on making an in-depth guide to seasons in the future, but a summary is that a season character essentially gives you a fast pass way to start a character in Black Desert Online, giving you extra rewards for leveling a character on season servers, as well as increased leveling speeds, making it the perfect way for a new player to get started. The rewards are so good that you will very often see even veteran players making new characters every single season just for those season rewards. Speaking of servers, let's discuss server architecture. BDO does not have server architecture like WoW and is instead more like RuneScape, with the servers being channels and you have the ability to switch between them at will. Season servers will be denoted by a yellow BDO icon next to the name, as well as being called Season 1, Season 2, etc. PvP is disabled on these servers and can only be accessed by seasoned characters. Olvia servers are new player-focused servers that can also give you increased experience, and PvP is also disabled on them, but you have to have a new account in order to access these servers. Otherwise, you will be wanting to select from the other servers in the list, and the server that you select really doesn't matter. You might be wondering what the servers are that have the green circle next to them. These servers are known as Elvia servers, and certain monsters in the world have increased difficulty and rewards for veteran players. However, with a recent update, you have to specifically choose to enter those areas. So as a newbie, this really won't apply to you, and it's not like you have to worry about suddenly, running into big, scary monsters. So as a newbie, you're going to want to stick to season servers if you have a season character, Olvia servers while your account is new, and then these regular servers or Elvia servers otherwise. Just obviously you're not going to be entering the Elvia areas. Just keep in mind that once you hit level 50, regular servers will have PvP enabled, so you can potentially be engaged in non-consensual PvP. However, since you don't really get or lose anything for PvP in the open world, you typically won't be attacked unless you're doing something to specifically disturb another player, so I really wouldn't worry about it too much. Next, we're going to go over the interface. The first thing I recommend doing is getting to level 7 and then hitting escape and go to edit UI. This will bring up some options where you can actually edit your user interface. The main thing you're going to want to do is select custom HP bar, as I think it makes your UI look significantly better than the default. Now, to go over parts of your UI, at the top right, you have your minimap, with the main quest underneath as well as the rest of your tracked quests underneath that. At the top left, you'll see your level and percentage of that level and some information about global buffs about your character. This will show any increased drop rates you have, if you have an active value pack sub, as well as other things. You can also see next to your experience that you have skill experience, your current energy, which is a regenerative resource that you use to complete certain actions in the game, as well as your contribution points, which you use to rent certain items from NPCs and invest in map nodes. I have guides on contribution points and energy, as well as the node system on my YouTube channel, and we'll also link those below. For the purposes of this quick start video, you'll gain skill and character experience as you fight monsters and complete quests, energy from talking to unknown NPCs, which will be denoted by a question mark on your minimap, as well as discovering new places, and contribution points are gained through your questing process. The bottom showcases any active character buffs. You can see your health and resource bar, as well as any, some quick slots which you can use to bind certain abilities too. Once you hit level 50, you'll see an icon to the left of your HP bar, which is the PvP toggle on or off button, which will allow you to attack somebody if you do toggle it on. However, you do not need to toggle it on to defend yourself. Now, the button to the right of my HP bar is known as my BSR gauge or Black Spirit Rage gauge. This is a special resource, think of it kind of like Ultimate if you ever played ESO, that allows you to unleash more powerful versions of certain skills. The bottom right has some quick access icons to allow you to access certain important parts of the UI. The main ones you have to worry about are the mail icon, which is where all mail is sent to, your challenges menu, which you can use to get some free daily rewards, as well as rewards for completing certain challenges, and your Black Spirit safe, which can save certain rewards that get sent to you. Obviously, the bottom left side has your chat, which you can edit by clicking the gear icon. Now, if you guys want an in-depth way to set up your UI and graphics and want your game to look like mine, I have a UI and settings guide, which, again, I will also link in the description below. But for the purposes of this video, one setting that I want to discuss turning off, which will probably annoy basically everybody immediately, is how to disable notifications from what other adventurers are doing. You're going to want to hit Escape, Settings, General Settings, Alerts, and turn off essentially everything except for the personal alerts. The other quick menu icon I want to discuss is the Black Spirit icon, arguably your most important as a new player. UI and settings guide, which again I will also link in the description below. But for the purposes of this video, one setting that I want to discuss turning off, which will probably annoy basically everybody immediately, is how to disable notifications from what other adventurers are doing. You're going to want to hit Escape, Settings, General Settings, Alerts, and turn off essentially everything except for the personal alerts. The other quick menu icon I want to discuss is the Black Spirit icon, arguably your most important as a new player. The Black Spirit serves as your guide for your main quest in BDO, and you can click the main quest tab to see the main quests, and that's pretty much where you're going to be getting started and mainly wanting to do these at the beginning. If you're ever confused on what to do and where to go, when in doubt, talk to the Black Spirit and see if he has any main quests for you. The next menu I want to discuss is the skill menu. To open this, click K, and you'll see this window pop up. These are where you spend your skill points to unlock certain moves as well as level others up. As you level up skills, they'll get better in some way or form. Maybe they'll deal more damage, give better buffs, etc. When you click on the skill, you'll see a preview of the skill and what it does. Your main skill pane is the skills that you start off with, as well as those that get enhanced later by becoming succession skills. These can be denoted as prime skills in the tree, and you will take these if you want to enhance your base skills when you go succession. However, if you want to try another weapon, you'll be using your awakening tree, which you unlock later in the game along your main questline. The skill tree can be very confusing at first, so what I recommend for newer players is to find the Discord for your class. These Discords not only have a lot of helpful information, they'll typically have skill point layouts for you to follow, showing you the most important skills to focus on and level up. Certain skills can be used on the hotbar, while others can't and have to be used through combo keys. In general, the rule of thumb is to only hotbar skills that don't have combo keys, while using combo keys for the skills that do have it available. Now, this will change as you get more experience with the game, but as a new player, this is just a really good rule of thumb to follow at first. You'll know if you can hotbar a skill by if you see a yellow border around it, and if you hover over a skill, you'll see what its combo key is. If nothing is listed and it only says quick slot available, that means it needs to be hotbarred to actually be used. To get started with some super basic combos, you can also bring up your interface, escape and bring your interface back up to edit it, and turn on the skill guide, which can help you early on with some very basic class combos. To learn more things in depth, again, refer to your class Discord. It's also totally normal at first to feel like you're just kind of button smashing and just doing random attacks, which again, very okay and totally normal when you start. It's actually a good way to kind of get a feel from your class and just experiment with what certain buttons do. However, later down the line, definitely start working on some, more organized combos and committing them to muscle memory to get the most out of your combat experience. Also, this skill. Hey, what's going on, guys? Dots here, and today I'm bringing you an updated version of my settings and performance guide for Black Desert Online. So I made this video when I came back to BDO, just to kind of show everybody what I was running when I first returned to the game. But the more I've played and the more I've kind of got back into the game, now that I've been back for a couple of months now, my settings and stuff have evolved over time, and especially things outside of the game. I've done a lot of changes got back into outside of my game, back for a couple of months now. My settings to my NVIDIA profile and stuff. And so today I want to, especially things outside of the game, I've done a lot of kind of show you guys all of those different things that I have done. So back make sure your game does run for a couple of months now. My settings to me, NVIDIA profile and stuff. And so today I want to, especially things outside of the game, different things that I have done. So back make sure your game does run for a couple of months now. My settings to me, NVIDIA profile and stuff. And so today I want to, especially things outside of the game, different things that I have done. So back make sure your game does run for a couple of months now. My settings to me, NVIDIA profile and stuff. And so today I want to, especially things outside of the game, different things that I have done. So back make sure your game does run for a couple of months now. My settings to me, NVIDIA profile and stuff. Over time, especially things outside of the game, different things that I have done. So back make sure your game does run for a couple of months now. My settings to me, NVIDIA profile. Settings to me, NVIDIA profile. Like this has been the best cross between my game looking good as well as having good performance inside of Node Wars that I've been able to achieve. So I am very happy with these settings so far. NVIDIA profile looking good as well as having good performance inside of Node Wars that I've been able to achieve. So I am very happy with these settings so far. So we're gonna kick it off as well as having performance inside of Node Wars that I've been able to achieve. So I am very happy. So starting off with performance settings, so we're gonna kick it off as well as high or texture quality on high. This is because if you run it any lower, the game actually has to use like resources to actually scale the